All right, how is everybody? Jared here, Crypto Plan. So excited to bring you this video because there is positive news in the crypto market. Even though we've had some retests of our ranges in most of our coins, and there's probably been some small moments of freaking out. The charts are green again. Bitcoin has made a solid run towards our little green box here. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in this video and explain why and what that means for our altcoins like Vechain, XRP, Stellar, Dash, Litecoin, whatever you're holding. But for me, Vechain and XRP, kind of my two biggest bags. So I'm looking for the catalyst that's going to make them pump to their next leg up. But before we get into the analysis, can you please big thumbs up, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell if you want to see my face again, if you want to hear my analysis again. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Bitcoin USD on Coinbase chart there. So 11th of December, at 12 o'clock at lunchtime on the 11th of December, most of our top 10 altcoins made a reversal from their bottoms. So they all kind of tested once again the lower range of the range that they've been trading in. So Bitcoin did it, Ethereum did it on the 11th here again, about the same time. XRP did it, but it also reached lower, but that is a very specific to the Spark token airdrop. So a lot of people after last night, when the Spark token the snapshot was taken, people that had bought in or scaled into positions have now sold out. So the snapshot says they had that much on that day and they'll get that based on that. And they're not really that confident in XRP. They're just trying to get a buy one, get one free situation. But anyway, that didn't happen too badly. It didn't really give us anything much lower than that 50-cent mark here. So what did it get as low as 49 cents? So if you were on it, you got a little bit of an extra bargain, but that was it. Stellar, 12th of December at 9th. Yeah, so Stellar's last tap down was a little bit more recent than Bitcoin's. Cardano would have had tap there, and then it kind of reached out again on the 11th at 12 in the day. So Cardano following Ethereum. Vechain, yep, 11th at 12. So you can see here that most coins are following the same pattern. They're kind of dipping at the same time, which is good. This is positive. Basic attention token, same deal. Dash, same deal. Litecoin, same deal. So there's a good cross section of the all the coins there. Zilk, yeah, same deal pretty much, but it's kind of been in a range. So yeah, you can see there, and going back to Bitcoin, you can see there that based on what Bitcoin's doing, most altcoins are following immediately or just a little bit after what Bitcoin's doing. But what I really like about what Bitcoin is doing is that since that time, and for 7 4-hour bars, we've done near on 5% in growth. So that's pretty good for Bitcoin in that short space of time. And it wasn't really volatile growth. It was just a steady upward trend. So we're kind of going a little bit sideways now, but we are heading for this green box here. And we're heading for this green box because this is kind of the marker, like I've said in previous videos, when if it gets to halfway in this box and pushes on the way throughout, that could be the trigger for an alt season. And if you see over on the right here, this is the volume resistance areas. So you can see that the beginning of the box, there's a little bit of resistance, and then this red line in the middle is the heavy resistance area. So if the bulls can bust through that, then there's another kind of marker here at 19,380. Might provide another little bit of resistance, so there could be some selling pressure there. But once we're through that, I believe that we're pushing through to all-time highs for Bitcoin in that psychological 20K mark. Now, like I say, I don't have Bitcoin. I'm in Bitcoin miners instead of Bitcoin itself, but that's a good thing for the whole market. And I believe that that is going to be the time, if the alt season is going to be triggered, it will be somewhere in this time frame of breaking into this green box, and the momentum out of it could be the catalyst to trigger the alt season. Because when Bitcoin's busy, the whole total market gets busy. And you can see here that we've got the same in the total market and the total market excluding Bitcoin. And the fact that the total market excluding Bitcoin is dipping a little bit tells me that Bitcoin itself is extra bullish. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Only time's going to tell, but just want everyone to feel confident that everything's playing out the way it should. Now, Vechain. For those of you that bought anywhere in this high and have held, well done, because it gets scary when it drops down here. And if you know, let's say you FOMO'd in at 18 cents because you saw the price action. At one point you were down 33%, but on average you've been down 10% on your position. You know, and then there's always that moment where it gets back up to the top, which happened the other day, where I was so confident that it was going to break through into the 2 cent range, but the bears came in and sold off. So, you know, it is a hard ride, but just be aware that the rest of us that were in the last that bought into the last pump, like myself, and had to held and just kind of averaged in all the way down. So the thing is, you could have taken two things. You could just sat and hold, or you could have sold out because you got freaked out, or you could have gone, oh great, so I can get it cheaper now. So if you buy, you know, $100 worth there and $100 worth down there, your average price is now here. And then if you buy all along here and just notice that every time it dips below your average price, you can buy again. And that's a good way of accumulating and buying the dips and getting an average price along the way, because we're not all just loaded with money that we can just buy whenever and not really care and look at it 10 years from now when it's gone up parabolic, right? So either way, you can see that Vechain has been playing a game with us it's teasing us between the 1.8 cents and the 1.4 cents. So this was that ultimate scary moment. I've just stopped looking at the charts now as often because I don't really care. I'm so long and so bullish on Vechain that it doesn't matter for me if it dips below and I get closer to or have less profit in my margin or it goes below profit, because I know that it is long-term bullish. But you can see here that since that dip, Vechain, like Bitcoin, has done a solid 10%. So once again, if you found this dip and chose to buy instead of freaking out and getting scared, on that portion of your portfolio, you're up 10%. So you start to mess with the psychology of it, right? So that's a good thing. Stellar, I like Stellar. It's looking solid. I like hearing some good fundamental news about Stellar, that banks are starting to get involved and going to be using the ledger, and you know it's got a real use case for money transfer for the average person, for the unbanked. So I like that, you know, that, and I was listening last night as I was falling asleep, a podcast with the Pomp and Jed McCaleb of the Stellar Project, the founding guy who's been around since the early Bitcoin days. And, you know, his mission is real, and it's about, you know, at the moment you can't send $5 across the world easily. But with applications like Stellar, and once they're adopted on a mass level in many continents, you will be able to do that. You will be able to send $5 across, you know, by using these kind of things as bridge currencies or using their ledgers. XRP, the same thing. Probably, you know, if Stellar is for like peer-to-peer kind of sending money, XRP is more for corporations sending money, you know, people that are doing business internationally. You know, like I hear good use cases for XRP of, say, if you're a freelancing website, like an e-lancing website. So you've got, you know, people that work in the Philippines and people that work in South Africa doing business with people that are in America or Australia. This person or this website would become the middleman. and they would use XRP and their on-demand liquidity to then send the money very quickly to the person in India or the Philippines that doesn't want to have a bank transfer done on a Friday afternoon and not get the money till a Tuesday. You know, he needs to buy his rice and groceries and stuff like that over the weekend. So by using XRP and its on-demand liquidity in a business sense, you can start paying wages, you can start paying bills and buying stuff and purchasing and getting activity to happen a lot quicker, you know, rather than having that 2-day we've all got to sit on our hands while the banks do their thing kind of moment. So XRP and Stellar I'm super bullish on. Cardano, I've just started staking using the Exodus app, which is cool. So that's kind of a little bit of an interest situation there. And Dash, I like Dash as well. As I take positions in some of these altcoins and kind of see the reason why I bought into Dash was the percentage gain still to all-time highs is quite high. So there's a lot of fat in that from now. But then you start to read and learn about it, and you know, Dash is being used right now in Venezuela and places like that, where their currencies are so devalued. So, you know, using Dash and its token and the app for payment and dealing, you know, in the community to avoid the government kind of devaluing the dollar that you're earning. So there is examples where these are being used in real world cases, because you know, you got to remember, not everyone is in a situation where they can get paid in euros, American dollars or Australian dollars, and you can be fairly confident, even though you know it's depreciating, that you're going to hold your $1,000 in your bank account and then in a month's time you can spend that $1,000 and it's worth something. You know, if you're in Venezuela or, you know, any kind of countries with turbulent political situations, you never know when that dollar's just going to be worthless, you know. So having these cryptocurrencies to them is probably a godsend. And then knowing that if they ever did escape or leave and go to another country, them tokens are still valid and able to be put on an exchange and get the local currency of that country. So that's a pretty cool thing that I like to see. And finally, I'm just going to wrap up with Theta. Now, I just learned about this one recently. I haven't bought a position in it yet, but it is all about streaming and using the tokens to have nodes everywhere, so that it's kind of like BitTorrent-ish, where, you know, there's using all the nodes to stream around the world and decentralizing that streaming. So do some research on it, but here's the web page itself. And let's just read what the co-founder says. Theta's innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry, much in the same way that YouTube platform did to traditional video back in 2005. One of our biggest challenges has been the high cost of delivering video to various parts of the world, and this problem is only getting bigger with HD 4K, the high quality video streams. I'm excited to be part of the next evolution of the streaming space and helping Theta create a decentralized peer-to-peer network that can offer improved video delivery at lower costs. So yeah, so this is that idea that if Google and YouTube and the amount of content that's piling up, they've got central storage of it, and it costs money for data centers, and if they want to keep scaling that service up, blockchains like Theta could be the solution. And I think that's why if you see down here, Windows, OS, Linux, Google, Binance, blockchain, you know, so they're becoming validators. They're investing in these projects so that, yeah, these problems can be solved, you know, and it's right. Once we get into 4K and things like that, there could be a lot of pressure be put on YouTube in the model that is now of kind of centralized storage of the data. And yeah, this blockchain means that it can get worldwide wherever you've got an internet connection. So I'm interested in that, and mainly, and because I'm a chart person, mainly because of what it has done. And if we go to the daily, since March, we have had some astronomical growth in that. So 20 times growth since March. This is the crypto industry is being able to take a punt on some of these smaller projects and get some really good results. And I guess if you were the person that heard about this in March, you've seen 20x on your money. Congratulations to you. but they're such a small market cap still that even if you're bought in now, what could happen in the next bull run is massive. But then something like this, you know, I'd be interested in staking long term. You know, being a YouTuber, I get it, you know, like I get that this is a problem to be solved. So why not be a part of the community and just stake long term, you know? So I think you need 1,000 of the Theta tokens to stake or to become a node, which is cool. Anyway, I am going to wrap that up because I don't like to make these things too long. But yeah, and for those of you that are keeping your eyes out for the blockchain miner videos, I guess I'll do one of them on Monday or Tuesday. We've had some nice red days in the blockchain miners, which means there was buying opportunities, right? Somebody asked me about Hive blockchain, had such astronomical runs in them that they have to correct, you know, like nothing goes up in a straight line forever. So stock market corrects, they correct. This is what happens. It's okay. Mondays are usually a big green day, so hopefully you got in on Friday at a good price, and then on Monday you're going to shoot up, or maybe you can get in early on Monday and add to your positions. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on Marathon because of it does this thing where it kind of goes up very rapidly and dips around and retraces. So it's very attractive at these prices, and if it does dip any lower, if Bitcoin doesn't do what everyone wants it to do, which is go onwards and upwards forever, Mara could dip, you know, towards $4 again, or maybe even test these gaps. Wouldn't it be love to catch it at $3.7 again, which would be super cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. We're about 16 minutes, so thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, notify yourself of the content, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.